How do you think my son's gonna feel? Oh, I've not seen my dad for years because of a woman. That's really, let's talk logic now. Where I went wrong is this. Is what I'm saying. This is where it's just a bit of a mad thing, and you're gonna look at me mad guy. So I thought I'd be a gallus and do a thing I can just have gal on the go. So basically, what I did was wrong. I had a girl from Derby, and while I was in Nottingham, I had a lady in Nottingham.
How is badness seen to follow through your family?
I couldn't tell you. And it's my dad, my mom's been in prison. Yeah, my dad's been in, my mom's been in prison. My aunties have been in prison.
What was the relationship between you and your dad? What's going on, people, and welcome back to the Baby Fathers podcast for another brand new episode. I'm your host, and I go by the name of DJ Ridler. First things first, we'd like to thank everybody out there who's been supporting the Baby Fathers podcast. We definitely appreciate it. Okay, so before we start, make sure you press that notification button and subscribe to the channel, all right? So on today's show, we have another brand new guest, and he goes by the name of Fizz.
Manners and respect, my brother. Manners.
Listen, I want to say thank you for coming down.
Come on, you know the thing, man.
Because you've come from a long, long way.
It had to be done.
It
had to be done. The man got something to get off the chest. It had to be done.
Okay. So listen, before we start, I have to put a disclaimer out there. All right. So anything what you say is your truth, and it's your truth only. All right. Yeah. So no one can't run with it. No one can't remix it because it's your truth. It's how you see it.
Don't worry, we got this.
So how many kids do you have?
I actually have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy.
And which one are you having problems with?
I'm having problems with the second child, which is 6 years old.
So what was the reason why you don't see the second child?
I actually don't know the problem, but I assume the only problem that it can be is that I've slept with another lady. And as mad as it sounds, that's the only thing I can say, is that I slept with another woman because she found out that I slept with another lady. And then that's when everything just went pear-shaped, to be fair.
So then was you lot together when this happened?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. It's like I'm not gonna go and sit there like I'm like all bottle will melt in my mouth. I did do a wrong. You know what I'm saying? I did do a wrong.
How old was the child when you was cheating on the mother?
The child weren't born. So basically, I'll get into the story. Basically, I met this the child's mother. Basically, I'm from Nottingham, and obviously the child's mother was from Derby. So which is
about half an hour drive?
Less than that, probably like 20 minutes. Yeah. So basically I was seeing this lady, basically we got into a relationship. I then ended up going to prison. Unfortunately, I went to prison, and then I went to jail for, how long did I go for? A year. I went to prison for a year. And in that time, I think roughly the beginning, like the first 3 months, I found out that she was pregnant. So then I felt like,
but were you still together at this time though? You was with her, yeah? Cool, go on.
So basically I found she was pregnant, and I was like, come on, it's just with my second child as well, but like, I'm not ready right now, and I'm in prison, the worst case scenario. And I was thinking, if she was to have this child, I'm definitely going to miss it because I've got a full year to do in jail. So therefore I thought, do you know what? This is God's plan right now, innit? So whatever happens, I'm going to support you regardless. You know what I'm saying? I got to own up for where I went wrong. Like your mum would say, put a condom on the end of it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I started obviously saying to her, I'm here, support you. If you can have the kid, we can have the kid, whatever. Long story short, she had the child. I came out of prison. I seen this child literally once or twice that I can remember, because it's been a very long time. So it's been twice that I've seen this child in the whole time that this kid's been born. So 6 years, I've seen him twice. And that was only like the first 3 months of him actually being born. So I came out and he was literally like 3 months. So I've seen him twice in that 3 months. Well, in that 2 month period that I came out of prison, I've seen him twice. And then I never seen him again.
So can I just ask you, if you don't mind sharing, what did you go to jail for?
What did I go to jail for? I went to jail for recall, basically. My original offence was basically a knife crime. So I basically got into an altercation with some lads. Obviously, it was gang crime. This is gang culture back in 2012. So 2014, I came out of prison. And I basically, I don't know if you know, obviously you're aware of licenses.
Yeah.
So I was on license for like 2-3 years. And basically I got into something stupid. It wasn't nothing major, nothing to do with a knife or nothing like that, but I got into something stupid. And then they obviously recalled me back to prison. So I went to prison for the whole year just to finish off my license. So when I've gone, obviously I've come out to a child.
So let me ask you a question then. When you was in jail, was you obviously still with her, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
She was supporting you when you was in jail, would you say?
Yeah, no, and yeah. Because obviously I was supporting myself, and my officer got family that support me. I'm from a family orientated background.
Okay, when I use the word supporting in the terms of she was helping you to get through your prison sentence, so she was coming, sending videos.
Yes.
You was doing all of that.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. What kind of thing was you promising her the world when you was coming out of prison?
No,
was you giving her jail talk?
No, because you know how the jail talk goes, innit? Oh, don't worry, babes. There weren't none of that going on. Basically, where I went wrong is this. What I'm saying. This is where it's just a bit of a mad thing, and you're gonna look at me mad. Like, I already see your man of your priorities. I see your thing already. You get me? I already see. So basically, what I did was I thought I put all my eggs into one basket while I was in prison. Basically. So there was, I'm gonna throw the span in the woodworks right now. Basically, like I said, my lady was from Derby. I'm from Nottingham. So I thought I'd be a gallus and think I can just have gal on the go. So basically, what I did was wrong. I had a girl from Derby, and while I was in Nottingham, I had a lady in Nottingham.
Okay.
So right now, I'm having 2 women on the go. And none of them don't know about each other. So
you're making 2 of these girls come to visit you in jail? What? So how was you running that?
It was a bit political, to be fair, but there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I made sure that they didn't find out, well, as long as I could. And this is what I'm saying, we'll get to it, as long as I could. And it got to a point where I knew, I was sitting in that cell, I was like, this is too good to be true to be going so smooth.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's coming to see me, I'm thinking, when did they get to find out?
Yeah.
Like, they've got to find out one way or another because it's a madness.
And the screws never tried to bail up your situation.
And this is what I'm saying. The officer did kind of imply something one time on a visit. You know, like, oh, is this really? I look, do we get the officer a look? I gave the officer a look like, no, yo, go over there, man. What you doing? Go over there. But basically, they tried to make out that was someone else, and obviously that was the other lady that I was seeing. So it's stuff like that can happen, and they will mess with certain people's mail, and I send that person's mail to another lady's house. Them things do happen in prison. But unfortunately, that didn't happen to me. What happened was, I don't know how they found out, but I can remember seeing a message like, they're John thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? I thought, no, the penny's dropped. This is it now. So I've looked, I thought, okay, cool. I've already got, by these times, when they find out, these times we've got like a month to come out. So I thought, I'm glad it's happened at the back end rather than the beginning. But it shouldn't have happened at all because I'm being a scumbag basically, innit?
Yeah.
I am being a scumbag because I'm playing with 2 women. 100. And I'm playing with their 2 hearts there. So I weren't thinking logically, I was just thinking with my willy. That was just facts. You know what I'm saying? Long story short now, I basically come out of prison. As like I said, I see my child twice. And then I could see the energy from the woman. I could see the energy from my baby mother. So it weren't right. And where another thing happened was, while she was at my mother's house, she basically, I think she asked me for some money to go home. Or it was something silly. But my mum said, yeah, give it up. But because at the time, I was being ignorant. I was kind of young. And I was thinking, the way you got here is the way you're gonna get back home. So don't go like you haven't got no form of way of getting back home. Cause I know you do, because you're not that kind of woman. First of all, so I basically was going a bit arrogant. I didn't give her no money. I said, "You get home as long as I'm having my son. I'll make sure my son gets home." She then told me I'm not having my son overnight. This girl's making it hard right now. So I let her go about her business. My mum would end up. I didn't even give her the money. My mum would end up giving the money. Yeah. She's gone home.
Is that because you was being stubborn?
Yeah, that's what it was, being stubborn. That's what it was. I was being very stubborn. And then basically she's gone home and I never heard nothing back. with that, it's just become to where it's 6-7 years down the line and not see my child. And don't get twisted, I've been to the property, I've been to my mother's house, I've been to the nan's house, I've recorded me going to the house, not trying to be aggressive or harassment or being like that. Not saying this, I'm just going there, I've gone there unaware that I'm letting them unaware that I'm recording.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So not in your face thing, knock on the door, even to where my mum came with me one time. My mum came to me to the property and she's like, and my baby mother's mother, she spoke to me, she's like, don't worry, she should be home soon, I'll get her to speak to you. So I thought, okay, we're gonna get somewhere here. Like, we're gonna get somewhere here now. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
They probably wanted to see me come out of my way, or do you know what I'm saying? So that's happened. We didn't hear nothing. Like, we were sitting outside the house, we didn't see nothing. So I said, okay, Mum, you go back to the property and you leave a number and see if they contact you like that. So my mum's gone and left a number. Don't hear nothing. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna show you after it. I've messaged her on Facebook. I feel like a pest and I'm harassing her. That's how I feel. Like if this would please now, send these messages because this is harassment.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to message saying, I'm not sending no aggressive messages. I'm saying, please let me see my son, or let him just FaceTime me, please, or I'd like to meet you at a park. Those standard little things, like anything, like it's not working.
Let me kind of I need to stop it because this is moving so fast.
Yeah.
I need to grab hold of what's going on now, yeah? The reason for this behavior is because she found out you was cheating on her?
That's the only reason I can't think. Like, literally, that's it. Because we never got into no arguments. We never had a fight. We never been aggressive towards each other. To where I thought, what reason can this she just stop like that? And the only thing I can think is obviously the last thing, my mum at my mum's house, me not giving her no money, and then on top of her, she's found out that I had a relationship with another woman. So I thought,
all right, so then what happened to this other woman?
She got off. She kept it moving.
So the both of them
went part, yeah. But I don't mind you partying, but let me see my child. I don't mind you departing, you know. That's not about that. But obviously, I'll admit where I went wrong. I fucked up. But apart from that, that's not a reason for me to stop seeing my child. Or do you believe so?
Bro, listen.
Or do you believe so?
I'm gonna break this down for you. And I'm not going to do this in a rude way.
No, do it raw, brother.
I'm just going to give you two.
I need to hear it from another.
Yeah. I'm just going to just tell you how I see this, right? Because if you even deep it, right, how I'm just hearing this story, blood, right? You're saying, raw, I don't know why I'm not allowed to see my son.
Yeah.
Right? Brother, if you cheated on her, she feels like you took her for an idiot, yeah?
Which is right, yeah, fact.
On top of that, any woman who carries your child is supposed to treat her like a queen. You never treat her like a queen, yeah?
I didn't.
All right? You even said you said you got 2 other girl kids, right? If you've got 2 girl kids, how would you feel if another man done this to your daughters? You see what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah, I've always said this, and this is why, me looking back, I'm thinking to myself, wow, like how old was I then? I would say I would have been like 20, 25, so I'm not like I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It was just that I'm not even gonna make no excuses. You know what I'm saying? It's just the point that where I was in the point in life where I felt like I'm the man. I can, you know what I'm saying? That's where I was in life. Like, to have a woman was nothing. Not saying nothing, but it weren't a hassle. So I was just freelancing. I was thinking, how much girls can I get at one time?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for, like, if you see this and you're watching, I actually apologize for the way I went on. You know what I'm saying? And the way I treated you. But it wasn't, like you're saying, I'm not going to try and justify with my actions, but I'm going to say, and I will keep on saying, I don't feel like that is enough reason for me to stop seeing my child.
Listen.
I actually don't.
Listen.
Me being serious.
No. Okay. So let me tell you something. I don't believe anyone should be stopped to see their child, and I can put that out there and I can air that. Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is, you'll feel like you're getting hard done by using all the F3s from the beginning. From the beginning, you was there doing a whole heap of nonsense. Tonight you're thinking, raw, like, I don't get to see my child. Like, why is she gonna talk to you? Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say to you? What reasons? Like, the respect wasn't there in the beginning before she had the child. So why do you feel that you should get respect now? It's
not even about respect. It's just the fact that basically we got a child and we got another human in this world, innit? And it's the thing where I basically like I didn't even learn, because basically like from the first relationship to the second, I should have done better. But clearly I didn't learn from my mistake, because basically I did that in the first relationship, but not the same kind of thing like that, but basically in the same relationship. So with that being said, I then moved on to a third relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I'm saying. That's how I got my third kid. But it's like,
so you find that you're hopping from relationship to relationship.
yo, brother, that's what it seems like. But I'm like I said, I'm 32. Going to be 32 soon. Yeah? I've only had 3-4 relationships in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a thing where I just jump from girl to girl. I don't really have relationships. I will see a girl, but I will not have a relationship. So if I call you my girl or my wife, that's you know what I'm saying? It's something different. You know what I'm saying? It's a big thing.
Have you gone court to try and see your son?
I've done the mediation. I've done so, and then I've not heard nothing back.
And how did that play out when the mediation? What was the terms when you was calling her to come in?
And this, we didn't even get it. We got the mediation, and then I never heard nothing back. Like I was waiting to see when the appointment was to go and do whatever I got to do. It never happened. So it got to a point where I was like, am I even on this birth certificate? Because I don't understand what's going on. And then I found out I am on the birth certificate. And then I'm getting told, no, I'm not on the birth certificate. So it was just back and forth. Like,
all right. But to be in the birth certificate, you'd have to be there to sign it at the registry office. Was you there?
I know, you forgot I know this. I know this.
Okay.
I'm saying to him, I'm not on the birth certificate because I have not signed nothing. So I don't know what you're on about. So they're saying, oh, of course you're on the birth certificate. This is what the mother's saying. Her mother's saying, of course you're on the birth certificate. Wait. But I'm saying, how is that possible? Like you said, you just said I got to sign something, right?
Correct.
I know that. I have not signed nothing. So I'm clearly not on the birth certificate. Now, for me to go to court, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg.
Listen, if you haven't seen him for how many years and you're telling me they're not responding back to you, your next stage is going to have to be court.
Yeah,
now,
facts.
I do know that financial does play a part with fathers when they say that they can't actually afford it at that time. But what I would say to you is that if you're saying that if you really want to be in his life, you have to find a will and a way to get to that stage.
100%.
You see what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah. If I want that to happen, I will make it happen. It's one of them, innit?
So the mother who's not allowing you to see the child, does she hit you for child support?
No. And that's another thing. Basically, when I was in H&P, I basically said was saving money and sending the money, whatever, for the kids, whatever. And when I came out, this was saying another weird thing. She gave me back all the money I sent for her for the child. She's saying, I don't need your money. I thought, whoa, what do you mean you don't need? I never said you did need my money, but it is support. And you're not rich, so don't go on like you got it like that. So any bit of money that I'm financially giving you, you'll be happy with. And she actually gave me, when I came out, I was actually baffled.
You seem like you're trying to get a life together.
100%.
Right. But what was the relationship between you and your dad?
It's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy. It's a bit on and off. It's a bit on and off, and it's mad. It's mad you said that. Really, just want to say it's mad you said that, Cor. So the recent, yesterday, I messaged my dad. Yesterday I messaged my dad on Facebook. But not long ago, basically, he lost his leg. Imagine that he lost his leg not long ago, and basically my mum got a hold of me saying, "Oh, your father's very," and I got hold of my father. I just sent him a message like, "Yo, man, there's a respect pop, so I'm gonna come check you." And I actually did. I went to go and see him in hospital. I went to surprise him. I didn't actually tell him. I surprised him in hospital, and he actually said, "Thank you, son, for coming down." But all in all, the relationship is not really good.
So, what age did your dad leave and left out your life?
That's a good question, you know, because I actually don't know. Because my dad's always been there, should I say? Like
in the background?
Yeah. I can always get a hold of my dad if I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, he's never been there physically for what? Since I was like 16.
Where does this stem from, this behaviour?
And this is what I'm saying. I don't know if I can blame it on not having a father around, but people love to do that. Cause I hear it all the time. Oh yeah, because my dad's not here, and we know from right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to go and sit in like, oh no, it's not because my dad's not here. And what I will say is because I've got uncles. You know what I'm saying? And they're like my father figures. And my uncle, he looks after his kids, and he don't play that. You know what I'm saying? So when I told him this story, he's like, You're looking at me baffled, like, what are you doing?
Because you're moving reckless.
100%. And I noticed that after, when you're looking in, that's what I'm outside looking in now, thinking that behavior is wild, bro.
Was your dad a roadman when you was younger?
Basically, yeah.
So did you find out you got that behavior from your dad? You adopted that behavior?
I feel like I adopted it. My family's just wild anyway.
Yeah.
So I believe, and that's why I believe my mum moved me from London to Nottingham.
To try to get you away from the road life.
That's the only reason why I believe my mum moved us from London to Nottingham, because what we was around, you know what I'm saying, what was too accessible. So she thought, you know what, let's go to Nottingham's and let's hope that they don't go that lifestyle. And then look what happened. My little brother's in prison. I got a little brother around here. How was my little brother? My little brother's 30 now. He's in prison. I don't know if it's not having a father figure, but it's not having someone there, like at the back of your ear, like, yo, big man. Yo.
But that's where your dad will come into, right?
Yeah. So you can break it down to a father figure, but I just don't like to just put it.
I hear what you're trying to tell me, but it seems also you were telling me that obviously you used to be doing this gang banging thing, yeah. So it's like you found a love on the streets, and that sometimes can be where you find a love on the streets because you're not finding it at home.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say to you, and then these become the man on the road becomes your role models for the stuff what you're doing. You know what I'm trying to tell you?
Until you actually realize when you listen to what your parents say, like, yo.
So tell me something. How is badness seen to follow through your family?
I couldn't tell you, and it's just like from my dad. My mom's been in prison. Yeah, my dad's been in prison. My mom's been in prison. My aunties have been in prison. My uncles have been in prison. My cousins have been in prison. It's madness,
so
bro.
What age did your mom go to prison?
I think my mom was 18. I think she was 18. Yeah, and this way.
So this is before you was born?
Yeah, no. My mom had me when she was 17. 17. Yeah.
So you was 1.
Yeah, 1.
When she went prison. Yeah. So who looked after you then?
If I'm correct. Yeah.
So who looked after you?
My aunties, uncles. And the one thing I can say about my dad, I can't put him down. One thing I can actually say about him, he made sure that we was clothed. He made sure that we had little food in our fridge. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that we was all right. But like people say nowadays, kids don't care about the gifts and all them things when it really boils down to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the time and effort that you actually put in your children. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that over time with my kids. So with that being said, I've always told my dad, yo, Pop, so when we're going to do a little, and this is where I'll big up my mother. I always will, because my mum is my mum, my dad, my brother, my best friend, all in one. You know what I'm saying? Like to get me up here today, my mum helped me to get up here today. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like, big up my mum. Like my mum is my mum. She sees what I'm doing, and she's like
encourages it.
Yeah. Son, I can see because she knew how I was. You know what I'm saying? If ever you don't know because you're from up here, but if you ever knew how I was, I didn't think I would even be sitting on camera talking like this, or be talking about certain situations. You know what I'm trying to say? So
when you was in jail, was you allowing your other kids to come and see you in jail?
So when I went to prison, my metaphor was I don't want my kids to come see me in prison, innit? So when I first went, I didn't let my oldest come see me for a few months. But it's got to a point where my baby mother's saying that she keeps asking for your to where I'm saying, yo, because I knew I got to do full 2 years in prison. I feel like for me to be brushing that off for 2 years, I feel like it'd be too hard for me to do that, innit? Knowing that full well my child was to come see me, so I said, bring her then, innit? But early on family days, not on just a normal day, you know. Yeah. And then I thought to myself, look at my kid in prison, I'm thinking, no, nah, this ain't the life. This ain't this. I can't. And I can. All I can remember is me doing that with my dad. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a flashback. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I was in here visiting my father. So it's like a repeat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, nah, I need to break. Somewhere needs to break. And this is why I've always been around my 2 daughters and always like to be around my kids, because I don't want to do what my dad did. So
let me ask this question. If your daughter met a man like yourself, what would you say to her?
I told her this. I said, listen, if you was to meet someone like me, just basically don't feel like he's going to do everything right. Yeah? Just know you need to find out everything, what he's been through. Yeah? Meaning how many girls he's been with. Has he got any baby mothers? Yeah? And how long was with him? Because all these things all matter, because like I said, I was in relationship, but my relationships were short. So one of them was short and the 2 of them were long. I would be a little bit worried, to be fair. I would. But I would tell her, listen, as long as you feel comfortable around this person and he ain't telling you no lies, just know what you're putting yourself in for. That's it. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not going to say, don't go for that person, don't go for that person, because you know, if you tell them don't go for that person, what are they going to do? More than likely, they're going to go for that person. So it's a thing where if the vibe and energy don't right, then it's not right. But I'm going to let you take your own judgment on that. You know what I'm saying? Hope that they pick a wise person. That's it. That's what I can actually say on that one.
So,
right now.
So let me ask you a question then. If I tell you to reflect on yourself, right, to take ownership, what would you say about yourself?
I would say I was a liar, and that's something that I wouldn't do now and wouldn't go on like that. Now I wouldn't even think about it, because it don't lead you to anywhere better. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can say, and I wouldn't put up a facade. That's one thing I can put up a facade. I'm always good with that. I know it's to put up a poker face and all them things there when I know what's right and what's wrong. And it's just a point where I need to just sort this situation out with this baby mother. I don't know how it's gonna get sorted. It's gonna get sorted out because it needs to. But one way or another, it needs to sort this out, because it's hurting me secretly. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my little boy. I got a little boy, and the world that we're in right now, to raise a little boy, but you better be doing the most biggest thing right now, because you see what's going on. They're easily influenced. TikTok, YouTube, it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? So I could just see, I remember I was once that age. You know what I'm saying? And I started my little doggers from like 14, 15.
Yeah.
So I know how it is, you know what I'm trying to say? So.
And for God bid, if someone cheated on your daughter, what would you do?
Even with that, there's not much I can really do except for just speak about it, because I was one of them. So I can't be like, oh, it's my daughter, rare it. Because you know you got man that go on man, like, what? My daughter, rare it. But you're out there doing the maddest. You know what I'm saying? So like you got to set an example in it. So I'll let her know if he's cheated, or do you want to be in this relationship? Because it can only go two ways from here, either up or down. But you know how sometimes relationships don't work after that because people are insecure. And people, you know what I'm saying? So I would just hope that my daughter makes the right decision in life, and hope that, even if she does bring someone like me, just make sure he's good and he treats you right. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, as long as he makes you feel good, and you're not in no passive, you're not licking you down, and you're not in no arguments every other minute. As long as my child's good, I'm good.
All right, so going back to child mother, the one that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
If she was watching this, what would you like to say to her?
The only thing I would like to say is, like I said it in the episode earlier, I apologize for the way that I treated you, and I can't take back for what's gone on. But all I will say is I apologize, and let's do what's right in it for the child. You know, and I know I haven't done nothing major mad, like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna look at me think, but you have. But yeah, I haven't, darling. Listen, let's just get together somehow. Even get your parent, or somehow to contact my parent, some way, one way or another, and let's sort it out. Even if you have to message,
What message, man?
Even if you have to message these lot, it's not a problem. Just message, try and get.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think you're ready for that conversation with her?
Yeah. I've been waiting
to have a serious conversation about seeing your child.
Yeah, I've been waiting, because it's a joke thing right now. It's a joke, because okay, then what's been running in my head? What are you saying to my child? What are you saying to my kid then, bro? Because I'm out here trying to see my child. So what are you saying? I'm a sperm donor. What are you saying? Oh, your dad's a waste man. Your dad, I'm not a waste man.
But you don't feel like she feel betrayed because of the situation?
How long are you gonna?
I'm not trying to make excuse, but it seems like she feels betrayed to what you have done, and it seems like you embarrassed her.
Clearly she feels betrayed. But
the only downfall I see, obviously what she's just doing wrong at the moment, is that she's not allowing you to see your son.
It's a thing where, what, you're going to hold that betrayal for years and years, and for it to impact on our child's life, for him to then think that I don't care about or don't want nothing to do with him. Okay, then cool. Say for instance, imagine my son said to his mum, and I was in front of him, I come to see my dad. And she actually says, what your dad said is correct, How do you think my son's going to feel? I have not seen my dad for years because of a woman. That's really, let's talk logic now. I've not seen my child just because but obviously it's more deeper than that, as you would say and we said. But that's the main actual reason why I've not seen my child. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to a point where I think, nah, come on now, enough is enough. This needs to be sorted because I'm not having no big teenager, or I don't even know what he looks like, brother.
No pictures or nothing.
I got one picture. Yeah, he don't look like that now. You know what I'm saying? I probably could walk past him and probably know even that's my kid. You know what I'm saying? If he's not with his mom or with some other family members, I wouldn't know that's him.
Yeah,
that's bad.
All right. What I will say to you on today's show is obviously what you've done, you know, it's crossed the borderline. But what I like what you've done, you've took ownership, you've apologized, you know what you have done wrong. That also happened when you was a bit younger.
I don't years,
yeah. But you know what I'm trying to go with that.
Come on.
I just think with all of this said, right, at least you are making an effort with your other two. You need to make more effort with this one that you're not seeing. I know you have tried, but you just haven't tried enough. Yeah?
Yeah, I can say it. I can take that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can take that.
Cool. But all in all, I'm saying just by speaking to you, you do seem like you're a nice, genuine guy. I just feel that there's some things just been lost along the way. And you just made bad choices.
100%. That's what I did. That's what I said. It's the choice making in my life that I made in it, and obviously got me to the point where I am in my life now. In it. So, and like I said, I will always take ownership for where I went wrong. I'm not going to go try and push it onto someone else and try to shy away from it. No, man, I've got to be big, man, and own up to it, and then to hopefully make sure you don't do the same mistake again. That's it, innit? It's still one of them, bro.
Let them know about the podcast.
Oh yeah, if you don't know, people, obviously I'm Fizz Official Audible on 5. That's me on Instagram. I actually got a podcast on my own. I do it in Nottingham, and it's the GBU podcast on YouTube. The Good, Bad and Ugly. If you like it, it's just right as well. You know what I'm saying? Man is a respect.
So time is up. I'm going to say thank you for everyone who's been watching today. We want to hear your lot's views in the description below. Let us know what you think of today and what you think of Fizz.
I don't want to see these comments, you know, fam. You know what I'm I know what's gonna happen here anyway. I know what's gonna happen.
I'm trying to help you here today, bro.
I do this thing, and you've tried.
I've tried to help you.
You have tried for me.
But yeah,
I don't want to see these baby mamas getting at me in them comments.
Bro,
you know?
I tried to help you, yeah. But listen, we want to hear your lot's views. All right, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you share and you make sure you press that notification button for another episode. All right. So from myself and Fizz,
Manners.
all right, peace, and we out.